I flew for the first time since the pandemic and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. After 2 years of lockdown and a few COVID-19 variants, Southeast Asia governments are beginning to shift their policy from treating COVID-19 as pandemic to endemic. Multiple governments, including the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and Malaysia, have announced timelines to ease pandemic restrictions, normalize life with COVID-19, and revise their economies. Malaysia are boosting more international traveling, easing restrictions on entry requirement. 48 hours PCR COVID test before departure is no longer needed as entry requirement, but I have to fill up traveling form in the Sejahtera app to show it to the flight check-in counter at the airport to print out boarding pass. Yeah, face covering is mandated when boarding the aircraft. I was so excited to fly on board the world's longest flight from JFK to Singapore in premium economy. So here's my experience on longest flight in the world in Singapore Air Premium Economy class.
Welcome to Singapore. It's all Singaporeans and residents of Singapore a warm welcome home. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. All passengers are reminded to practice safe distancing when leaving the aircraft. The seatbelt sign will remain on to fulfill arrival formalities. You may unfasten your seatbelt when the seatbelt sign is off.
I'm now landed at Changi International Airport, Singapore. Behind me was the world's longest flight aboard Singapore Flights SQ23, direct from New York JFK to Singapore Changi International Airport. One-way clock-in, 19 hours of flight times and operated by the fleet of Airbus A350-900 ULRs. The seats in premium economies are bigger, all seats are reclinable, comfy and enjoyable. The recliner also supports more legroom to footrest. It has noticeably more USB charging outlets. There's also a dedicated lights for working on my MacBook. In 19 hours of flight, which came in really helpful. I'm able to get a good sleep and work while I'm on board the plane. Well done, Singapore Airlines Premium Economy Class. Singapore Changi International Airport is one of the largest transportation hubs in Asia, as one of the world's busiest airports by international passenger and cargo traffic. More than 100 airlines operated from the airport, with non-stop or direct flight to destinations in Asia, Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and North America. This is my second visit back to this airport for the last 30 years. Now I'm gonna proceed to flight transit to Malaysia. Awesome. I'm so excited. Without further ado, Malaysia, I'm coming. I'm now arrived in Malaysia, KLIA International Airport. I'm getting off the airplanes and walking toward to the immigration checkpoint. Malaysia is one of Asia's most dynamic and fascinating countries. With an abundance of natural resources, great connectivity to the region and world, and plenty of things to see and do, it's a fine place for many foreigners to call home. Nearly everyone speaks English or understands English. The official language of Malaysia is Bahasa Malaysia. I can speak a little in Malay. It is capable enough for me to communicate with people. A few words in Malay language like apa khabar, how are you, or terima kasih, thank you, will earn you a warm smile. Malaysia is a country of many languages. Besides English and Malay, Putonghua Mandarin is commonly used within local Chinese people. Very lucky, I can speak fluent in Mandarin, Cantonese, and also understand very little Fujianese. This place is so beautiful. Both my feet are grounded on this piece of land. I can feel heat on my face as soon as I walk out from that airport building. Local weather is hot. The climate is tropical, hot and humid to most versatile. Temperatures moving up and down between 25 and 35 degrees all year. It is usually very hot and humid, especially in the major cities.